Whether you're an experienced rider or just learning how to carve down the mountain, we want to make sure your gear works as well as possible for as long as possible. With regular attention and upkeep paid to the bases, edges, and bindings, we can get the best performance and most life out of our gear. Ski and snowboard bases all benefit from regular waxing and attention between rides. While bases are tough, repeated usage takes its toll. After each ride, inspect the base. Keep an eye out for gouges and cuts in the base material. Some light scrapes are completely normal and shouldn't pose any issues to its use. Deeper cuts, and specifically ones that expose the core material deep in the board, should be taken to a technician for repair immediately. If water gets into the core, it could spell the end of its life. As you're inspecting your base, you may notice a fading white sheen near the edges. To maintain the speed and ride quality of bases, we coat them in a low friction wax with a hot iron, which does wear out as it's ridden on. We'd recommend having your gear hot waxed every 3 to 5 trips out. In a pinch, cold waxing methods, either paste or rub-on wax, can be used to get by between hot waxing, but it will not last as long or deliver the same results. Besides the bases, another key component to your gear is the metal edge. This stainless steel edge cuts into the ice and snow to guide you down the run. These edges will become dull over time, and sharpening them is part of standard upkeep throughout the season. If your corners are starting to get wider or your grip is fading, bring your gear into the shop for an edge sharpening service. These metal edges can also rust when exposed to water for too long. For this reason, we recommend always wiping down your board or skis at the end of the day, removing snow and water that will otherwise rust out the edges and damage the structure. Be sure to take your gear out of the bag and always separate skis until they're completely dry. If a slight rust layer does form, you can use a gummy stone to wipe that layer off the board, like this. Moving down to your boots, if you're a skier, it's always a good idea to buckle up your boots so they don't deform over the off-season. And if you're a snowboarder that has boas on their boots, it's a good idea to cinch them up, but not too tight, just to make sure the laces aren't going crazy and get caught on something. The last thing to look out for are your bindings. We want to ensure that the bindings are still securely fastened to the skis or board, and that no components like brakes or ratchet straps and buckles are excessively loose or damaged. Due to the safety concerns around DIN settings, ski bindings should only be adjusted and repaired by certified ski technicians. Snowboard bindings, on the other hand, can be adjusted and worked on by the rider. The easiest bit of upkeep we recommend is storing your winter equipment in a cool, dry place. Bringing your gear inside is always the best option, as extremely cold or hot temperatures can negatively affect the performance of the core within the equipment. With regular checks of your ski or snowboard base, edges, and bindings, as well as ensuring they are always put away in a dry and temperature-controlled space whenever possible, you'll get the most out of your gear with a regular wax and edge maintenance. We hope you have the best season possible out on the slopes, with many more to come. If you have any questions on gear upkeep, come visit your local ERIK'S shop or chat with us online. We'd be more than happy to give you any help. Have a great ride out there, and thanks for choosing ERIK'S.